Am I okay saying your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What's your name?
Joe Speare.
Great name. Okay, yeah, just picked up another guy, actor. So I'm assuming someone like yourself who does acting, that's your passion.
Yeah, but I mean, it started out as a singer.
Okay,
Yeah, I started here singing when I was about 10 years old
okay.
in a club in Lunch Lane called the Dresler.
The Dresler, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit before my time, but
Yeah.
my mother-in-law and my mum
Yeah.
told me about it. Okay,
And then I did sort of the Royal Iris and all that stuff, and just a normal social club sort of thing around. And then I think I worked for a little bit, normal jobs, and I worked for South Liverpool Personnel for a while, for about 3 years.
okay.
And I walked into the Playhouse while they were holding auditions, man, and auditioned for it. And I got the 3 lead roles in the plays. That was in the late 70s, 80s.
Okay,
And I've been sort of acting ever since, really.
okay. So you love your music, that's definitely a passion, and your acting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I've done all my life, so yeah.
That's you.
That's me, yeah.
And I think at the moment in the UK, acting, it's a great time to be involved in acting. No, because of just like Netflix, all the British dramas, the movies, Liverpool. It's an amazing time to be an actor. Can you give any advice on acting?
I think it's a great time. I think it's a different time because when I started doing it, you had to be a member of the union. But now you don't have to be a member of the union, right? So you had to have an equity card. And you had to have a provisional equity card in order to get that major equity card before you can get into the industry. So now it doesn't really matter, so it makes it more difficult because now everybody wants to be on the TV. They don't want to be. My opinion is they don't particularly want to be good at anything. They just want to be famous.
Okay.
That's the opinion that I get. That's the thing that I get.
And that's fine, you're entitled to that perspective as well, yeah?
By watching TV, it's all about the fame and the notoriety as opposed to being very good at what your art is.
Okay, interesting. Point.
And then you have a lot of people who went to drama school and stuff like that. I wasn't one of them. And they are a bit put out by the idea that they spent all of that time doing that. And now you can be on television next weekend simply by being loud, gregarious, and whatever, and doing that sort of thing. So I suppose in one way, it's good. In another way, it's not so good for those who've been around for a long time.
Okay.
Pushing forward and trying to do this thing,
Okay, good point. And like everything in life, there's positives and negatives, yeah? Is a solution for that, do you think, or is it just the way times have changed?
I think times have just changed.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, when I was doing it years ago, I would have loved this to have been the way it was.
Yeah.
Where you were taken on for whatever talent you had, and it was nurtured actually through the industry, through the business. Because in them days, most people that came from sort of inner cities and things like that couldn't actually afford to be going to drama schools and doing all of that kind of thing.
Okay.
I remember there were people like Gary McDonald, and Michael Buffon, and Robbie G, and people like that who were in a thing called a posse. And they had to set up their own things in order to be able to move forward. And it was still very difficult for them.
Yeah.
Even these days, they get bits and pieces all over the place, but nowhere near the level of what they should have for their talent.
Okay, no, very interesting. Is there any platform? Do you still promote? Do you still do acting? Is there somewhere that people can go to find out more about you, more about what you're talking about?
I mean, I still do acting. I help out every now and then with Miriam Musa.
Okay.
At the Royal Court and Positive Impact and stuff like that.
Yeah, Positive Impact's great. Yeah.
I've sort of taught for them, and I actually used to teach at the Caribbean Centre actually.
Okay.
It's a lot of the kids then way back in the Caribbean.
Oh, was that a long time ago? Yeah.
A long time ago,
I
yeah.
don't want you to miss your appointments. Have you still got a few minutes?
I've got a minute.
Oh
yes.
yeah, cool. Just yeah. Do you have anything? Do you still do gigs for your music?
Oh, I do gigs, yeah. I do gigs.
What type of
all
music
over
is
the
it?
place. I do everything actually. I try not to be that person that's black and only does soul.
Okay. Do you
know,
like to?
Because you have a lot of ideas of people see you walk in and go, oh, you must be a soul singer or blah blah. I just try to sing. I mean, I was 14 years with the Blues Brothers all over the world.
Was you? Wow.
Right. I've done rock and roll. I've done everything.
Okay.
Opera.
Opera as well.
Yeah. And all that kind of thing. So
Where can someone find because like I said, this is a new channel. As it grows,
Yeah.
someone could come across it. They could be interested in booking you for a gig or whichever. Is there a platform people
probably just Facebook and normal things like that.
So,
just under the same name.
Joe Speare,
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Musician or artist or
singer.
actor singer,
Yeah.
and you'll come up on Facebook, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
definitely. You know.
that's
But it's kind of that thing where you just keep going on until you stop.
yeah. But you love it, and that's what passion's about, isn't it?
And all of that. The problem is I don't get to see as many kids these days.
Okay.
In the Liverpool area.
Okay.
I don't know the way that it runs anymore in this Liverpool area because I don't know the kids who are acting, the kids who are singing, the kids who are doing anything, realistically. I know there's probably still doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just not in that loop anymore of that thing. So that's the other side of it. You know, it becomes a bit, you know, you get older and you're kind of distant.
Yeah, definitely. Your life
From it,
takes
you
you
know.
in different
And
directions.
all that. And yet I'm sure they're still out there doing it. It's funny because if I put a show on and I'm looking for a singer, I can't find one.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas way back in the day, everybody sang, everybody played an instrument,
Okay.
everybody was ready to perform. But now, and it depends on the type of music that they're going to do as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I would have thought at the moment there's just so much. Like I pick up, I've done lots of these videos of musicians, guitar, piano, etc. And I think Liverpool's got a big history for musician talent. So yeah, I would have thought it'd be easy, but like you say, it depends on exactly what it is, what you want.
And
them
also,
to do.
if I'm looking for black musicians or black singers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I know there's a lot of white singers out there.
Okay.
Because I've seen them all, and I know they're in the clubs and doing all of their things and stuff. But if I'm looking specifically for black singers,
Yeah.
I don't know where to find them.
Okay, you think it's a bit difficult?
Yeah.
I picked up a customer. There's a place on something social. What's it called? I forgot now. It's on me. It's on one of the other. Because what I do when I do it, a video, I'll put it in the description. But it's a guy who's, I think he's by Catherine Street, and he's part of this. It's for music to help musicians from all genres and all people. But it's a good organisation, and I think in context of what you've just said, he's helping that problem and trying to just increase more people and more talent.
I think it would just
in
be,
respect to what you're saying.
It'd be good to have some sort of, can I do this?
Yeah, sorry.
Some sort of catalogue or database of all the people. So that
Okay.
everybody knew where to go to for who, when, how, who was doing what, where. Now, if people have already started that, I apologize, but then if you have started it, then I don't know about it. So it's obviously not put out there as much as you think,
Yeah.
you know? And it needs to be sort of not just floating around in the ether, but it needs to be something that people can pinpoint and say, that's where I'll go and look for my people. That's where I'll go and find this. That's where I'll go and find that. You know, that, I mean, I'm saying that, but I don't have time to do it.
Okay.
But I think it's an idea that if anybody was out there could take on board and say, well,
Definitely, it should be more accessible.
it should
and
be more accessible to everybody, so that everybody can look and go, I'm looking for a singer from the neighborhood even.
Okay.
Let's go to that person. Let's
But-
go to that person. I'm looking for an actor to be in that particular thing, but they're not connected to whatever's going on in London.
Yeah.
Let's go and find that person, put them
Okay.
in touch with that person and do it that way.
Yeah. I hope someone sees this video and takes note and puts something together.
Because what you'll find is if that doesn't happen, a lot of people will try, and if they don't succeed in the first couple of goes, they'll just walk away and go and do something else. And you'll lose an important talent and an important person within that that genre or whatever other genre that you might decide.
Okay.
You know, and because people put off very quickly. If
Yeah.
it doesn't happen like that, especially now, it's got to be like that. If it doesn't happen like that, then they don't want it.
Yeah.
They go to something else.
Totally agree. No, yeah, thanks for agreeing to this, Joe.
No problem.
So I'll check out your socials and I'll put a description in the link.
Yeah.
And at some point, the guy whose name I've forgotten, the organisation that helps artists and music, at some point I want to do go in and do like a video with him, and I'll mention what you said, and hopefully he can do something to help with that list, what you mentioned.
Okay.
Anything you want to say before we bring it to the close?
No, not really, but thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for this.
Yeah, Joe.
See you later.
Thank you.